know and what has happened so far tonight. We know at 6 o'clock p.m. roughly our time, there was a fire at the West Fertilizer Company in downtown West Texas. Once that fire started, their fire department responded. Numerous firefighters went to the scene to assist in putting that fire out. As they were at the scene, they realized the seriousness of what they had based on it being a fertilizer plant. We knew that there was anhydrous ammonia in there. We realized the volatility of that and how explosive it could be. They immediately started doing some evacuations of homes, of businesses, trying to get people out of the area. Approximately 50 minutes after their response, there was a massive explosion at that fertilizer plant. They were in the process of removing people from homes, a nursing home in the area, and also an apartment complex. I can tell you from me driving to the scene there is quite a bit of devastation in that area. There are victims that were in homes, there are victims from the nursing homes, and there are victims also from an apartment complex, approximately a 50-unit apartment complex. Some of those photographs have been on TV. You've seen the devastation that has occurred. I can tell you that once they started trying to clear the injured out, there were a tremendous response from law enforcement agencies, McLennan County Sheriff's Department, Waco PD, Waco Fire, McLennan County Emergency Management, and other numerous agencies responded to West to assist them with their request. Many ambulance companies, medical personnel also assisted here as well, and they are still here, still trying to help and get the wounded out. Most of the folks that are wounded are being taken to the Abbott area to a local high school, and that's where they're being triaged. They're also setting that up as a resource center for people to be evac'd to, because we are evacuating homes in the area based on the ongoing danger of the fires that were still there. Some are still going on. They got most of them under control, but they are trying to move people out and get them evacuated out of that area still. I just talked to my commander who is on the ground there in the scene. He's telling me that he is seeing extreme devastation in homes, in some of the businesses. They are still getting injured folks out, and they are evacuating people from their homes. At this point, we don't know a number that have been killed. I will confirm there have been fatalities. I think we will see those fatalities increase as we get towards the morning. Numerous injured have been moved from the scenes to the hospitals. We've taken them into our city limits, into Waco, to Hillcrest and Providence Hospital, where they're being treated.
Did you see those injured down at the hospital?
Hillcrest Hospital is our primary trauma care center. Majority of the injured were taken there. The overflow was taken to Providence Hospital as well inside Waco. At this time, we are still trying to evacuate some of the homes. We are going house to house, business to business, and we're seeing quite a bit of devastation in that area. What they're trying to do is move people away still. They're having to be very cautious because there is structural damage to homes and to businesses. We have to be very cautious because of there being gas lines, gas mains. Our utility systems are here. They have entered the area and are cutting off the main flow of gas, natural gas. They're cutting off power so we don't have secondary fire from electricity, spark fires, things along that line. So currently we are still there. Many agencies, we're here assisting West PD. I can tell you that the mayor has been here earlier tonight. He is also a firefighter for this city. It has taken a toll on him because he knows that potentially he has lost some firefighters. I can confirm that there may be firefighters that are unaccounted for and potentially a law enforcement officer as well. We're still trying to determine that. Obviously, they were there on scene directing traffic and fighting the fire and helping with the evacuation. Again, we don't know a hard number of the fatality count. As soon as we can get that, we will get that kind of information to you.
Are you finding people trapped in their homes?
They were still pulling people out of some of the homes. Yes, people were trapped. Are they still at this point finding them? I don't know. We did find some earlier. They still are going from house to house. My guess is that they're going to find some people still trapped.
The utility tower, is that where you cutting that off? Just on the streets that were affected, or is it
One more time on your question.
utility and the gas?
I know that they have shut areas of utilities and powers off to not only the immediate blast area, but other areas that they think may be affected or keep from additional injuries or harm from happening. A lot of that is ongoing, and that is a process. I will tell you there has been a tremendous amount of resources and outpouring from the community, not only here in West. Those of you that don't know West, it's about 2,800 people. They are a very close-knit, tight-knit community here. They have relied heavily on each other tonight for the support that they've got. They have relied heavily on the outpouring of support from additional agencies in and around the area. I will tell you, we have seen involvement not only from McLennan County, which is where we are, but we are seeing surrounding agencies from additional counties in and around McLennan County that are here as well helping. There has been a huge outpouring of that. There is a law enforcement command post set up. There is an incident command post set up. They have hazmat people on scene. They are working with some of the local meteorologists here. As you know, we've had pretty significant strong south winds throughout the night. At some point, we're hearing about 7 or so in the morning. Our winds are going to switch to the north and are going to continue to be as strong. So we're looking at a whole nother area that may be affected once those winds shift. We are still in the process of trying to get people out and get them to help, and also those that have not been injured but are affected by the blast. We're trying to get them somewhere where they're safe for the night and start to get them with some resources.
There was a doctor that reported there were 60 to 70 fatalities. What can you say about that report?
I cannot confirm that at all. I don't know who the doctor was that confirmed that. I have not heard that number.
Have you heard any?
And let me do this. I know you'll have a few questions. Instead of everybody hollering, I'll try to answer what I can, but you're going to get a lot of I'm not sure yet from me. But let me call on you so we don't just get too crazy here. Somebody over here had one. Yes, sir.
Is the town of West still under evacuation? Okay.
They were still moving people out of the immediate area. I don't know how far-ranging that was. It's my guess at this point they're trying to keep people from coming into the area, absolutely for safety reasons, because we don't know yet. We hadn't been able to assess totally the damage and what potential harm may lay there. Yes, sir.
What is the status of the plant itself? Earlier you guys pulled that fire through the roof. Is that in there at the plant right now?
I know that there was a small contingent of firefighters that went back into the plant based on there being a fire burning underneath several anhydrous ammonia tanks that they were very concerned about. If those catch or get to a flash point, obviously those would go and we'd have second or third explosions. They have that fire under control, and I don't think that is any longer a threat. John?
Aside from 5 or 6 firefighters that are unaccounted for, we've also heard that the city manager is unaccounted for. Can you verify that?
I can't verify that. I know that the mayor is here. He didn't say anything about that, but I cannot verify that.
Sergeant?
Yes.
What doctors were working the plant? Did they figure it out?
I don't know that, sir. Yes.
A lot of us are going to keep asking about numbers of homes of people. Could you explain sort of your abundance of caution, why you hesitate perhaps to say what's going on behind the scenes to make sense of
The abundance of caution in what?
Of not identifying perhaps a number, if you know it or not. Can you talk to us about
Because we don't know. We don't know the numbers yet. They are still pulling victims out. They are still bringing victims to triage. And until we have a good estimate, we don't want to guess. We want to be very specific with you and give you facts, not guess. Yes, ma'am.
Structural damage and devastation looks like?
Absolutely. I can tell you when I got here, my first assignment was to go into the immediate area to the command post. They moved me after I got there, but on the way in, I can tell you that I saw homes that were burning. There were homes that had significant devastation based on windows blown out. bricks pulled off, siding pulled off. Some homes were leveled. It was almost tornadic in effect. It looked like to me one home would be fine, but next to it there'd be extreme devastation.
What was the staffing like at this plant?
I don't know that, sir. Yes, sir.
At this moment, are more than 0 confirmed dead?
Are more than 0 confirmed? Yes, I'm telling you we have confirmed fatalities.
How many are confirmed dead?
I'm not confirming a number. I'm telling you there are confirmed fatalities, not a number.
Are there any confirmed fatalities from the EMS?
EMS, fire, and let me make sure I'm very clear on that. We know fire was there. We know law enforcement was there assisting with traffic, and I believe there were EMS. I'll tell you this, but I have not verified. I heard that there was a helicopter somewhere on scene that actually sustained some damage in the blast. I'm working to confirm that as well. I don't know for sure if that's a fact or not that occurred. Yes, sir.
Has there been any indication as to the cause of the fire?
No. At this point, we don't know. That is something they'll look at, is whether that was a criminal activity or whether it was just a fire that got sparked from some type of chemical reaction.
How big of a deal is
Yes,
it?
ma'am. Certainly air quality is a concern. There are people here that are well versed in what that issue may be. They're looking at all the weather events that are going on around us, where the cloud may drift, what potentially is in that cloud, and what may or may not cause harm. That's something that they're working on to let us know as well. We know it's coming, and they have evac plans that they're probably going to broaden and change to where they need to, based on that. Yes, sir.
Any idea on how many might potentially still be trapped at this point?
We don't know. Again, you have to understand this is a downtown area, and when I say downtown area, there are businesses there, there are apartments there, a nursing home was there, there are homes in the area. It is going into a mid-sized city and having to search it home by home, business by business, block by block. It is a very tedious process. They have to be extremely careful. The reason utilities have been shut off, we don't want anybody else injured, stepping on live wires. That's all part of what they're having to be very cautious about at this point. Yes, sir. I know there were numerous people injured at the nursing home. Most of those were in the process of being evacuated. I don't have a confirmation about whether there was actually anybody killed from the nursing home. One more time. Hold up just a second, guys. I do not. Yes, sir.
How broad is the damage in square blocks? And can you give us an estimate of how many structures are leveled?
I cannot. Not probably until morning when we know the true devastation about what occurred. If you hadn't seen the video, you saw how dramatic, or if you have seen the video, you saw how dramatic the explosion was. It was a huge explosion, and it depending on what was around it, what the structures were, some of the concussion, the effects of the explosion could be far-ranging. Yes, sir.
There are crosses, houses. What does it mean?
One more time.
Yeah, there are crosses in the houses. Different colors, red and black crosses in the houses.
Crosses in the houses? Is that what they are? I'm being told that those are used by the ground teams to clear houses. I don't know the significance of the colors at this point. All right, one more question. I don't know at this point. Hopefully in the morning we will be able to give you much more detail on how far-reaching it was. I will get back with you as we have new information. I will tell you I appreciate y'all being here and waiting for this information. I know you're wanting to get to where maybe you can see more. I would ask that we not, because it is not safe, and I'm telling you it is not safe for you to go there. So please remain here with us. And as we can, we're coming out and giving you bits and pieces as quick as we can.
Tomorrow morning, what time is it go there?
sir?
Tomorrow morning, smoke across the hotel.
Yes, that's not going to happen. Sergeant, your
Microphone or not? But you just heard.
Startling new details. We learned that the initial call came in to that fertilizer plant right around 6 p.m. last night, and when a number of firefighters arrived on scene, they realized the gravity of the situation. The chemical that